welcome to this class. Today is our first day of facilitation. My name is Johnson Oko, an associate professor of economics. And our course is going to be BFN 104, Elemental Banking. Our activity today is a very simple one. We're going to know ourselves. We're going to know the do's and don'ts for this facilitation program. And you're also going to know more about the course description and the course content. So I expect a rapt attention from you. Thank you. Yes, by way of intended learning outcomes, at the end of today's class, today's introductory class, students should be able to familiarize with the course content. 2. Students should be able to know the examination mode, how the course will be examined in the course of this course. Also, students should be able to know arm themselves with the do's and don'ts, the ground rules of the facilitation, so that we'll have a smooth ride. The course. What actually is the course BFN 104 Element of Banking all about? Element of banking, as the name implies, is an elementary understanding of the sphere of money, banking, and financial markets, which is one of the exciting aspects of economics and finance. The course is designed to expose the learners to the elementary aspect of banking as applied in the overall gamut of the financial sector of the economy. The course will introduce the students to some fundamental aspects of financial systems generally, which includes but not limited to 1. The evolution of money and banking, the different types of banking models, the different payment systems, interpretation of financial statements, savings and investment, and what a banker-customer relationship connotes. Topic 1. The concept of banking and the Nigerian banking structure. This topic 1 will expose us to the meaning of banking. 2. The various banking laws, the functions of commercial banking and the activities of the Central Bank of Nigeria, the definition of development banking and the different types of development banks, mortgage institutions and what are their functions, as well as microfinance banks with emphasis on their functions. Topic 2, we will be looking at development of money and its characteristics. Here, the concept of money will be streamlined operationally and legally, with clear focus on the characteristics of money. We shall be talking about barter system and its limitations. We will also learn about the definitions of money markets. Again, we will also look at what capital market is all about, and we will talk about their relevant instruments. Topic 3, we'll be talking about savings and investments. This topic will give us the meaning of investment and that of savings. Again, we'll look at the various forms of investment. We'll also talk about the theories of investment. And again, we'll also try and attempt to establish a relationship between savings and investments, both in functional terms and in operational terms. Finally, the topic will expose us to bill of exchange, the different types of bill of exchange with a specific focus on checks and their characteristics. Topic 4 talks about the bank payment system and bank lending. The topic 4 would expose us to the different payment systems, which includes 1. The cash payment system, 2. The check payment system, and 3. The electronic payment system or the digital payment system. The second aspect of the topic that talks about bank lending. Here we will talk about what bank lending is all about, and we will expose ourselves to the canons of lending or the 5 C's of lending and other credit options. Topic 5 talks about bank customers and accountants. We shall look at who is a bank customer. The issue has been contentious, but in this topic we will actually know who a bank customer is and at what point does a prospect becomes a bank customer. The various types of bank accounts with specific features will also be exposed, and the nature of banker-customer relationship would also be exposed. Here we would see different relationships that exist between a banker and a customer. Finally, topic 6 will talk about financial statements and their interpretations. We shall learn what financial statement is all about and their various types and the various types of financial statements. We shall also know their new nomenclatures and perhaps remind ourselves with what the old nomenclatures were. We shall talk about the statement of financial position. We shall talk about the comprehensive income statement, and finally we will look at the cash flow statements. Yes, having done that, we will look at the facilitation plan, the outline. What are the days and time of the week for the facilitation? Don't forget that we have the synchronous facilitation and the asynchronous facilitation. The synchronous facilitation will be that type of facilitation where I will be online and the students will also be online. Then we can interact online on the same spot, real time, same time, and the timetable for this will be every Wednesday between 2 and 3 p.m. for the next 8 weeks. So it's going to be very interesting and it's going to be very interactive. Make out time to enjoy from this facilitation exercise. Also, we have the asynchronous facilitation. The asynchronous would be the type of facilitation where both of us would not necessarily be online, but I will be giving out discussions and students will log in at their time, but within a specified time. At this time, the students can contribute to discussions that will be raised. So try and visit the course page and contribute to the discussion forum each day. Specifically Saturdays and Sundays would be allotted for it. 30 minutes each or more would meet at that discussion forum. So facilitation starts by 6th April 2021 and it will end by 30th April 2021. Avail yourself of this golden opportunity and you will not regret the time spent while visiting the course page or attending the online class. The course examination. The course examination is of two types. We have the tutored marked assignments, and these tutored marked assignments will be 3 sets. We have the TMA1, we have TMA2, and we have TMA3. Each of these TMAs would earn you 10 marks, and the 3 TMAs will be aggregated to give 30 marks. So endeavor to participate in the TMAs, and there will be a time and specified time. Please do not miss it, as if you miss it, there may not be another opportunity. Once the deadline is met and you're not there, you'll be cut off. And I know that my students will not hesitate to visit the portal for their TMAs as at Wednesday. Besides that, we have the e-exam, because this is a 100 level course. The e-exam is of two categories. We have the fill in the blanks questions, that's the FBQ, and we have the MCQ, that's the multiple choice questions. The fill in the blank questions will be 50 questions, while the multiple choice questions will be 50. So the two will be aggregated and scored over 70%. Please attend the facilitation, and I'm sure you will not have any difficulty in both the tutored marked assignment and the FBQs or the MCQs. This where there is no rule, the people will behave anyhow. I expect that we will conduct ourselves very well in this class. Therefore, I have put in few ground rules that will follow, that will guide us. My students, I expect that there will not be any improper or indecent dressing. So when you are coming to class, just like you come to class on the face-to-face basis, we expect that you dress properly. And when we mean proper dressing, we mean dressing that will not expose any part of your body indecently or indiscriminately. Again, we do not expect background noise or distractions. So ensure that you are in a quiet place and ensure that there are no distractions. Much as I will try to mute every student, but suppose you are not muted either by default, ensure that you maintain the proper decorum expected of a student who is learning. Thirdly, you should speak when you are recognized to speak. So if you are not recognized to speak, please do not attempt to unmute yourself to speak, and that will disrupt the class. I would ensure that as much as possible, you are recognized once you're ready to speak, because I would like the class to be very, very participatory. We expect the class to be very lively, but please try to maintain decorum and discipline. Number 4 is that you raise your hands electronically if there is need to talk, or you use the chat box. You can use the chat box or you raise your hands electronically, and I'm very sure that you'll be recognized. You'll be given the opportunity to speak, but don't try or attempt to get crash when you are not recognized. Finally, I will expect that you participate in the discussion forum on the course page, as every participation will be recognized, and I will attempt to put you on the right track if, for instance, you're not on the right track. Discussion forums, there's no yes or no. Once you have an opinion, raise it up, and I'm sure you will be rewarded for every participation. Thank you.